I just want to give you guys a little update on the game and currently where I am in developing it. So I've spent a whole bunch of time. I'm currently in school. So school gets out for me at the end of May. So I'll be starting to work on only the game every single day for like hours on end. So the game will get like done really quickly. But for now, what I did is I got 10 people to start adding on to the map for me. And they were able to add this all yellow building, which has a cool little penthouse thing up here, and it just has a whole bunch of floors that will eventually be apartments that players can buy. And then at the bottom, it has a pawn shop. And then another thing they added was they upgraded the bank. I built the like lobby area, and then one of my contributors upgraded it to make it a little bigger. And then over here, one of my contributors got started on the police station. So we've got the entrance, we got like this reception area. We've got phones and the desks and everything, and we've got a little waiting area. And then to the right, we have the like announcement press kind of room with cameras. And then in here, we actually have the cells. There's only a couple cells because I'm going to just double up players and put multiple players per cell if I need to. And then back here is the garage and then the parking lot for all the impounded vehicles. And then got a little exit with gates, and then to the left we've got another entrance. Behind the desk just leads back to here, and then we've got stairs that go upstairs, because that's what stairs do. And then we've got little meeting office place, probably for the head honcho at the police facility. Got a little meeting area if they want to discuss top criminals and stuff. Then over here, we've got the contraband storage area. So we've got bongs, we got alcohol, drugs, all that stuff, chemical stuff, boxes. This is where all the contraband will be. Then we've got the armory with lockers, guns, handcuffs, cons, masks, ammo, all that stuff. And police will be able to come in here and load up with their assigned equipment, their assigned equipment quotas. And then we've got this is all these boxes. I mean, I might do like a file system so then you can see like the history of the police force and like who they arrested and all that. But that's a level of depth that might have to come later. And then after that police station, we've got a building like I don't have all the updates because we're working through GitHub, so they have to like push their changes to me, and we have a couple buildings you can't really see. So there's a building that goes right here. And then there's the basically Capitol building, I guess you could say. It's like the governmental building that'll go right here. This is where the governor's or mayor's office will be. And then right now, all the roads are in British mode, where all the arrows drive on the left. I'm gonna have to flip that around at some point because we ain't British here. We American. And yeah, so I've just been doing a whole bunch of map work. And after I get out of school, um, FluxScript, one of my mods, he's gonna start helping me on the UI for all the buildings and stuff. He's also gonna get a website up for us for the Discord server. So I've gotten a couple things done, and I've gotten all the backend stuff, like the server stuff, like storing player data, storing player IDs. When you join the game, you can actually just set your own name, and you can change your own name to whatever you want as long as it's not taken by someone else. And that player name stuff is just for like, say you own Legendary Suites, the player name will come up here. Another thing I added was the license store. And the license store is where you actually like buy properties. Like you don't just walk into the building and then buy it like it's GTA or whatever. You have to actually come over to the license store and you have to look at all the available properties, and you can see like how far back people are on their leases and stuff. So like if they haven't paid for the past 5 days, you might be able to get that property right when it goes like right when they go bankrupt or whatever. And this is where you can like buy like actual businesses rather than like apartments and stuff. If you want to buy apartments, you just come into the apartment, you hit up this lovely lady and you just ask her, or you purchase the apartment from there. And then I built this big building here on my own. There's a garage here. I'm gonna split this down the middle so then two different players can own this garage. And then we've got the lobby here, which I haven't really decked out yet. And then we've got just a whole bunch of floors that kind of look like this. They kind of just have a main area, and they got a little bathroom back here. And if we go to the top floor, we've got a penthouse, and it just has an extra floor. I'm gonna have to get railings for so it doesn't look wonky. It looks really nice when the sun comes in. And I also got this building back here. It's just kind of basic. Kind of has different angle of window, double windows. It's very similar to this one over here, which you guys have probably seen. Discord screenshots and stuff. There's very basic apartments that you can buy. I want to make sure there's enough apartments, like 1, 2. There's 6 in this one. There's like 8 in this, 12 in this one. There's like 8 in this one as well. Like I want to have enough apartments so then each player can own like at least 2 or 3. But if a player doesn't come by their apartment and actually pay their rent every 5 days, then they'll get evicted and they'll get kicked out. So then someone else can move in, just so then players can't hog all the time. And yeah, I mean that's basically what I got so far. I do have those 10 people working on the map like constantly. There's always someone working on the map like stuff. So the progress on the map should go quick. I'm hoping to get at least like this area times 2. So just imagine this area a little bigger, just full of buildings, and then have each building like actually purchasable or like functional, like the police station, for example. And then here, I'll show you guys the bank a little bit while I'm at it. So there's the vault back here. This is going to be full of money and stuff. And there's going to be a whole process that you have to do to actually rob it. And it's very close to the police station down here. And I'm also going to make sure there's a system so then police can't just camp out at the bank and wait for people to break into it, because that would be a little annoying. Also got a little work area back here. But I'm also going to make it so then you can be employed by some of these stores. Like you can own the pawn shop and then you can hire employees and they can just do like a simple legal job of like fetch quests and stuff. Like boring kind of quests, but just a way to start out in the game to make a little bit of money. And I might make like mini games, like you could become a maintenance person here and you'd have to like come into these rooms and you'd have to do little mini games to keep everything maintained. And then you'd get paid and then you could spend that money in other places. But yeah, I'm also going to make it so then you'd have to restock so you could hire people to actually restock everything. And that could be like a little mini game for them to do. Keep them occupied and paid to get them money so then they can go out and maybe move up in the world by buying a little shop like this one, like a little tiny shop, and then work their way up to buying like larger businesses and eventually factories. I think I got a couple contributors back here just building factories. And yeah. And I could maybe even make like maintenance jobs for like the government. Like you could become a government employee from the government building and you can come over, you could fix pipes and stuff. That could be your job. I also want some sort of trash collector job where you have to actually go around and clean out trash and you can deposit it at a dump that would be like out here in the mountain or something. Speaking of the mountains look the exact same as they do in the beta right now. Just really basic. I got rid of the materials so then I could replicate it over to the other contributors. But yeah, that's about all I got so far for the map, at least. There's a lot of programming stuff in the back end that I've been doing that you guys like won't be able to see. But I just wanted to give you guys a little update. If you have any questions, I don't really check my comments, but if you're a supporter, you can at me in the Discord server, and I always see the supporter ats, even the general ats. Sometimes I see, but I don't really check that. So if you become a supporter and you at me, I'll definitely see that. So just wanted to give you guys a little update so then you know what's going on with Creative Man.